Have you ever wondered why you feel constantly weak and are prone to falls, even when you're eating well, taking supplements, and exercising regularly? The culprit might be sarcopenia, a condition surprisingly common in seniors over 60. Sarcopenia is essentially the age-related decline in muscle size and strength. It's more than just a normal part of aging, it's your body losing muscle mass at a faster rate than it can rebuild it. Picture your muscles gradually diminishing, even if you can't visually detect it. This process makes everyday activities more challenging, such as standing up from a chair, carrying groceries, or maintaining your balance while walking. Recent studies indicate that seniors can experience an annual loss of up to 40% of their muscle mass. This means nearly half of your muscle strength could vanish in just 12 months if proactive steps aren't taken. That's precisely why, in this video, I'll reveal 5 foods you should incorporate into your breakfast routine starting tomorrow and every morning thereafter to halt further muscle loss. The fifth food is so remarkably effective that traditional Chinese doctors highly recommend it to all their elderly patients. I assure you that by the end of this video, you'll possess the exact knowledge to look and feel as energetic as you did at 40. I can make this promise because, as a doctor who has treated countless elderly patients struggling with sarcopenia and muscle loss, I've closely observed their lifestyles and dietary habits. Over 85% of them reported significant improvements after integrating these 5 foods, which we'll discuss shortly. Before we dive in, please share where you're watching from, your age, and any muscle loss issues you're experiencing in the comments below. I'll be responding to everyone. I'm Dr. Hillman, and welcome to the Senior Food Blog. Let's begin. Ever pause to consider what truly transpires within your muscles while you sleep? It's not mere magic. It's an intricate 2-step process where your muscles break down and then rebuild themselves even stronger. Initially, during the day preceding your sleep, your muscles endure usage, resulting in microscopic tears within their fibers. While this might sound detrimental, it's actually the catalyst for growth. Following this, your body detects the damage and activates a comprehensive repair mode. It dispatches healing cells that mend these tears and reconstruct the fibers, making them thicker and more resilient than before. This is the underlying secret. Your muscles adapt to be ready for the demands of the next day. However, here's a crucial point many tend to overlook. This vital repair process cannot occur effectively without the appropriate fuel in the morning. You require specific foods that serve as the fundamental building blocks for new muscle. A significant portion of this rebuilding activity takes place after you've consumed breakfast. Consequently, if your morning meal isn't optimized with the right nutrients, you're inadvertently hindering your muscles' ability to gain strength. Yet, a common error among seniors is providing their muscles with unsuitable foods upon waking. Therefore, before we delve into the 5 beneficial foods for your morning, I'll first highlight 5 foods you absolutely should avoid in the morning as they actively harm your muscles. These are the 5 foods never to combine with your breakfast if you wish to prevent further muscle loss. First on the list is white bread. Here's precisely what unfolds when you consume white bread in the morning. The instant it reaches your stomach, it rapidly converts into pure sugar, causing a sudden surge in your bloodstream. Your body reacts by releasing a substantial amount of insulin to manage this sugar spike. However, herein lies the problem. Elevated insulin levels actively impede your muscle's ability to utilize protein for repair. It's akin to placing a lock on your muscle-building factory precisely when it needs to be most operational. But here's the astonishing fact many seniors are unaware of. White bread doesn't merely halt muscle growth, it actively accelerates muscle breakdown. When your blood sugar plummets after that initial spike, your body begins to dismantle your own muscle tissue to generate energy. You are, quite literally, eroding your muscles with every slice you consume. A recent study tracked 2,000 seniors over 3 years who ate white bread daily for breakfast. The findings were unsettling. They experienced a 23% greater loss of muscle mass compared to seniors who abstained from white bread in the morning. Many individuals are unknowingly inflicting this damage upon themselves every single day. Let me share Margaret's story. She was a 62-year-old patient who visited my clinic about 2 years ago, presenting with classic sarcopenia symptoms. Margaret found it impossible to rise from a chair without using her arms for support, struggled with carrying groceries, felt unstable climbing stairs, and was perpetually fatigued even after a full night's sleep. She had already fallen twice in the preceding 6 months, causing considerable concern for her family. Upon reviewing Margaret's dietary history, I made an intriguing discovery. Every morning before heading to work, she would consume 2 slices of white toast with butter. It was a quick, convenient, and filling choice, and she believed she was making a practical decision. Yet that white bread was systematically destroying her muscles, day after day. So, I devised a new diet plan for Margaret, incorporating the 5 muscle-building foods we'll discuss later in this video. Within approximately 2 weeks, she began to show remarkable progress. She started regaining muscle mass, her energy levels soared, she could navigate stairs without relying on the railing, and most importantly, she felt confident and strong once more. Margaret even confided that she felt as though she had her 40-year-old body back. And it all began with the elimination of that morning white bread. Researchers discovered that fasted caffeine consumption created a condition termed chronic muscle catabolism, where the body consistently breaks down muscle tissue throughout the day, even during periods of rest. One of my most challenging cases involved James, a security guard who sought my help at the hospital when he was 62 years old. James worked 2 jobs to support his family, a night shift at a warehouse and a day shift at an office building. He would arrive home utterly exhausted from his night shift, sleep for a mere 4 to 5 hours, and then wake early to rush to his second job. Due to this relentless schedule, he heavily relied on caffeine and coffee to stay awake. We're talking about 6 to 8 cups a day, always on an empty stomach, as he never had time to eat. However, what James didn't realize was that this coffee habit was slowly, yet surely, deteriorating his health. He began to experience severe muscle weakness, became unable to lift heavy equipment at work, and was perpetually exhausted despite all the caffeine. His supervisor was contemplating letting him go because he could barely perform his duties. When he discovered that his coffee addiction was destroying his muscles, he felt it was almost too late. He had lost so much strength that even climbing stairs left him breathless. But after I assisted him in adjusting his diet and overcoming his coffee and caffeine dependence, and he began incorporating muscle-friendly foods with breakfast instead of just coffee, James is now doing considerably better. He can now work full 12-hour shifts without feeling weak or tired, and he recently started coaching his grandson's little league team, an activity he previously lacked the energy or strength to pursue. James reclaimed his life simply by altering when and how he consumed his coffee. Now, the next food I'm about to unveil might come as a surprise, as many seniors mistakenly believe they're making a smart, protein-rich breakfast choice. In fact, it's probable that other doctors or nutritionists have even advised you that this food is beneficial due to its high protein content. Number 3. Processed meat. What they often neglect to mention is the clandestine secret concealed within this breakfast staple, a chemical compound that silently, yet destructively, erodes your muscle fibers from the inside out, even as you believe you're nourishing them. I'm referring to processed meats, your bacon, sausage, and deli ham, which millions of seniors routinely grab for a quick, protein-rich breakfast. However, here's the true detrimental impact when you consume bacon as part of your morning meal. Within merely 30 minutes of eating that crispy bacon or breakfast sausage, the nitrates and nitrites used to preserve the meat begin to transform into potent inflammatory compounds called nitrosamines within your stomach. These noxious chemicals rapidly permeate your bloodstream and directly target your muscle tissue, where they instigate significant inflammation. Your muscle fibers literally begin to swell and break down as your immune system mistakenly attacks them, perceiving them to be under assault. It's comparable to setting off miniature explosions throughout your muscles every time you consume processed meat. But here's the startling revelation most seniors are unaware of. These nitrates don't just induce inflammation, they actually commandeer your muscle's repair system and turn it against itself. When nitrosamines reach your muscle fibers, they inflict damage upon the mitochondria, the power plants of your muscle cells. Without properly functioning mitochondria, your muscles are incapable of producing energy or repairing themselves. Even worse, the compromised mitochondria release free radicals that continue to destroy healthy muscle tissue for hours after you've finished eating. You are, in essence, poisoning your muscles from the inside out. A recent study meticulously tracked 1,400 seniors who consumed processed meats for breakfast at least 4 times per week for a period of 16 months. The outcomes were devastating. They experienced 33% more muscle deterioration compared to seniors who completely abstained from processed meats. The researchers concluded that nitrate exposure fostered what they termed chronic muscle inflammation syndrome, a condition where muscles remain in a perpetual state of breakdown, unable to adequately recover or rebuild. Just last month, I had a chance encounter with Sarah at the local grocery store. Sarah, a 67-year-old retired school teacher, had been my patient approximately 8 months prior. When she first sought my help, she was grappling with severe muscle weakness. She found it impossible to carry groceries from her car to her house without pausing to rest, struggled to get out of her bathtub, and her handwriting had become so tremulous that she could barely sign her name. She was genuinely terrified she might be developing a neurological condition. During our consultation, I uncovered a very specific breakfast routine Sarah adhered to. Every single morning for the past 12 years, she would prepare 2 strips of bacon and a breakfast sausage patty because her late husband had always emphasized the importance of protein for maintaining strength. She was meticulous about it, never missing a day. What Sarah didn't grasp was that those processed meats were saturating her system with nitrates, thereby generating chronic inflammation that was systematically eradicating her muscle fibers. When I encountered her at the grocery store last month, I barely recognized her. Sarah was effortlessly carrying 2 heavy bags of groceries, walking with vibrant energy and unwavering confidence. She informed me that after transitioning to the muscle-building breakfast foods I had recommended and eliminating processed meats, she now volunteers at 3 distinct community centers and has even embarked on ballroom dancing lessons with a new gentleman friend. Sarah declared that she feels stronger and more invigorated than she did in her 50s. All this transformation occurred simply because she ceased poisoning her muscles with those morning bacon strips. Number 4. Oatmeal and skim milk. Now, this particular food might be the most astonishing revelation of all, primarily because it's actively promoted as the quintessential healthy breakfast for seniors. Health magazines extol its virtues, dietitians endorse it, and even your own doctor has likely assured you of its heart-healthy benefits. However, what they're failing to disclose is that this supposed superfood is, in reality, depriving your muscles of the vital nutrients they desperately require for survival and growth. Have you ever considered what actually transpires within your body when you wake up in the morning and opt for oats with low-fat skim milk? Herein lies the concealed catastrophe. When you strip the fat from milk, you're not merely removing calories, you're effectively eliminating the crucial delivery system your body needs to absorb essential muscle-building vitamins such as A, D, E, and K. The results were alarming. They experienced 29% greater muscle mass loss compared to seniors who consumed whole milk or completely avoided dairy products. The researchers concluded that fat-free dairy created what they termed nutrient malabsorption syndrome, a condition where muscles become deficient in essential vitamins despite adequate food intake. I distinctly recall the moment I comprehended just how perilous this seemingly healthy breakfast could be. I was attending my daughter's graduation ceremony last spring when I caught sight of Dorothy, a 69-year-old retired bank manager who had been my patient 2 years prior. When Dorothy initially sought my consultation, she was experiencing alarming muscle deterioration. She found herself unable to lift her 3-year-old granddaughter, required assistance opening car doors, and had developed a noticeable tremor in her hands that made her self-conscious about eating in public. What initially perplexed me was Dorothy's unwavering commitment to healthy eating. Every morning for 15 years, she would consume a large bowl of steel-cut oats with skim milk and a banana, convinced that her cardiologist's advice made it the perfect heart-healthy, low-fat breakfast. She measured everything with meticulous precision and never deviated from this routine. Dorothy simply couldn't comprehend why she was progressively weakening despite diligently adhering to all the correct nutritional advice. At that graduation ceremony, I watched Dorothy playfully chase her granddaughter around the playground, effortlessly lifting her up and twirling her around. She looked radiant and remarkably strong. Dorothy informed me that after transitioning from skim milk to whole milk and incorporating the muscle-building foods I had recommended, she now works part-time as a personal shopper, a job that necessitates walking miles and carrying heavy bags throughout the day. She confidently stated that she possesses more energy and strength at 69 than she did at 55, and it all began when she ceased consuming that healthy skim milk. Number 5. Refined cereals. Now, the final food on this list is likely present in 90% of senior households right now, probably residing in your pantry as we speak. You reach for it when time is short, you trust it because the box proclaims it's fortified with vitamins, and you might even opt for varieties that boast about supporting heart health or bone strength. Have you ever considered what truly happens within your body when you wake up in the morning and pour yourself a bowl of cereal? Within an hour of consuming that seemingly innocent cereal, your body desperately seeks the essential amino acids it needs to repair and build muscle tissue after your overnight fasting state. Number 5. Nuts and seeds. Have you ever considered the remarkable effects that occur when you incorporate nuts and seeds into your morning meal? The moment you consume these nutritional powerhouses, your body receives a distinctive combination of plant-based protein, healthy fats, and essential minerals that work in concert like a perfectly synchronized muscle-building symphony. Within an hour of eating nuts and seeds, the healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids, actively reduce inflammation within your muscle tissue, thereby establishing an optimal environment for growth and repair. Simultaneously, the protein component delivers crucial amino acids such as arginine, which enhances blood flow to your muscles, ensuring that more vital nutrients are delivered precisely where they are needed most. However, here's the true secret weapon. Nuts and seeds contain both magnesium and zinc, two minerals that directly activate over 300 enzymes integral to muscle protein synthesis, essentially supercharging your body's capacity to build new muscle tissue. A recent study tracked 1,650 seniors aged 65 to 82 who consistently added 2 ounces of mixed nuts and seeds to their breakfast daily for 18 months. The results were truly remarkable. They demonstrated a 22% increase in muscle protein synthesis rates and gained an average of 1.8 pounds of lean muscle mass. Most significantly, 84% of participants experienced reduced muscle soreness and notably faster recovery times, while 79% reported improved grip strength and hand function. The researchers concluded that the anti-inflammatory properties of nuts and seeds created what they termed enhanced muscle recovery conditions, allowing muscles to repair and grow more efficiently than ever before. Here's how to enjoy nuts and seeds for maximum muscle benefits. Opt for raw, unsalted varieties such as almonds, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds to avoid inflammation-inducing additives. Consider soaking them overnight to improve digestibility and nutrient absorption. Add a handful to your Greek yogurt or sprinkle them over your eggs for a powerful boost of protein and healthy fats. The ideal combination involves 1 ounce of nuts paired with 1 teaspoon of seeds. This specific ratio provides the perfect balance of omega-3 to omega-6 fats that your muscles require for optimal growth and recovery. Now, I understand that some individuals who watch this video will simply revert to what's easy and familiar. They'll continue consuming their white bread, sugary cereals, and processed meats because change can feel daunting. But you're different, aren't you? You're going to apply this valuable information, remain consistent with these muscle-building foods, and return to share your feedback on how effectively your sarcopenia is reversing and how much stronger you're feeling. If this video has truly opened your eyes to what has been happening to your muscles and you now possess a clear, actionable plan to begin rebuilding your strength, the least you can do is hit that subscribe button. I've just provided you with information that has the potential to literally transform your life and help you feel as vibrant as you did at 40. This is information that most doctors won't share and could potentially save you thousands in medical expenses. Subscribing is completely free. It takes just 1 second, and it significantly helps me continue creating content that changes lives. So please subscribe now, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.